Good morning. My name is Lieutenant Colonel Jasmine Small Armstrong. It is a privilege to be your MC this morning. Brigadier General McBurnett will be deferring ruffles and flourishes to Major General Schultz, as she is the distinguished speaker this morning. Please rise for the entrance of the official party. Brigadier General McBurnett, Board of Regents, distinguished guests, I am honored to present the spring graduating class of 2025. Colonel Orlando Griego, the Chief Academic Officer and Dean of Academics, and Colonel Jose Perez, the Vice Dean of Academics and High School Principal, will lead in the processional. Lieutenant Colonel Gina Hartwick will lead in the faculty. Captain Nikki Medina, Junior College Advisor, please lead in our class of graduates. Please stand and render courtesy for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The invocation will now be given by NMMI Chaplain Graham.
Before I give the invocation, I would love to share a passage of scripture with you. This is from Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1 through 8. For everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up what is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to seek and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to tear and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. Last night we lost a beautiful soul. I think it's appropriate to have a time of silence and a time of mourning. Please join me for a moment of silence. Thank you. Now please join me for a time of celebration for the graduating class of 2025. Please join me in prayer. Father, we thank you so much for this graduating class of 2025. Thank you for the friends and for the memories that were made. Thank you for the mentors and instructors that poured into their lives. Thank you for the wisdom, understanding, and knowledge that has been attained. As this chapter of their lives close, so a new one begins. Help them to use the knowledge gained through their education for the good of all, and to bring you glory in their thoughts, words, and deeds. Thank you for equipping these young men and women with the ability to live out the virtues of duty, honor, and achievement. Lord, we ask and pray for your blessing over these cadets. Help them to be strong and courageous as you lead them to the places that you're going to take them. Give them the fortitude to stand firm in the faith, to see goodness even in the face of obstacles and challenges. Lord, I pray that love and faithfulness never leave them, but they bind these virtues around their necks and write them on the tablet of their hearts, so that they will find favor and a good name in the sight of God and people. Help them to trust in you with all of their hearts and lean not on their own understanding. I pray that they acknowledge you in all of their ways and that you guide their paths. We ask this in your glorious name. Amen.
Thank you. Please be seated. And now the Dean of Academics.
On behalf of the administration, faculty, and staff, welcome to NMMI. We are honored to have you attend the great celebration and day honoring our graduates. Let me first introduce the dignitaries on stage and in the audience. Joining me on stage, Brigadier General Boris Mac Burnett, Superintendent and President, Major General Dustin Dusty Schultz, Commencement Speaker, Ms. Christina Montoya, Board of Regents President, Colonel Thomas Tate, Commandant of Cadets, Colonel Jose Porras, Vice Dean Academics and High School Principal. In the audience, Colonel Jose Barron, Athletic Director, Colonel Dina Kernet, our CFO, Mr. Thomas Jennings, Board of Regents member, and Brigadier General Kaylee Keel, Board of Regents member. Most importantly, we welcome the families who supported our fine cadets and graduates. Congratulations, cadets, on meeting the requirements and challenges of NMI, which are quite rigorous and difficult. And now I have the honor and privilege to introduce the Superintendent and President of NMI. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the podium Brigadier General Boris Mac Burnett.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, proud parents, and members of the graduating class of New Mexico Military Institute. Today, we celebrate a significant milestone in your lives. Congratulations on your special day. As your 20th president and superintendent of this esteemed institution, it is my privilege to acknowledge your commitment and perseverance. You have passed every test, and you are ready to step into society, either as continuing students or contributing employees. The New Mexico Military Institute has a long-standing tradition of excellence, instilling in its cadets the values of duty, honor, and achievement. These principles will serve you as a compass, guiding you through life's complexities and helping you make decisions with integrity and courage. As you move forward, remember the words of C.S. Lewis: integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. Strive for excellence in all areas, and while perfection is not expected, a commitment of excellence and dedication to achieving your goals is essential. Benjamin Franklin once said, "Out of adversity comes opportunity." As future leaders, you must adapt to rapidly changing situations and respond to unexpected problems with resilience. Adversity is not the time to quit. It is time to test your true character. Nelson Mandela said, "I never lose. I either win or I learn." Apply this to your personal lives. Learn from every experience, even those that seem negative at the time. Always strive to be the best version of yourself. Use every opportunity to learn and make better decisions. This will lead you to becoming a better leader in the long term. Success is visible, but the passion and hard work behind it is often unseen. May the next chapter of your life bring you to many important opportunities for you to achieve great things. We believe in you. Remember, resilience is about learning from setbacks, making necessary changes, and continuing towards your goals. Life is a series of events that you have to learn from. Combined with the spirit of continuous improvement, you will make things better. Thank you.
Thank you, Brigadier General McBurnett. NMMI is about culture and tradition. Our culture is that of a military school, and one of our cherished military traditions is recognition of outstanding performance. That is in keeping with our motto, duty, honor, achievement. Recognizing our valedictorians of the respective classes fits that tradition. This year, we are privileged to have many valedictorians. Each valedictorian earned an impressive 4.0 GPA in a very rigorous program. Speaking first will be Cadet Hussein Abasali.
Good morning. First, I want to thank the faculty, staff, instructors, TLAs, and alumni for making this special day possible. We couldn't have done it without you. And thank you to my fellow cadets for making this place what it is. Now, this may surprise you all, but NIMI isn't the kind of place that guarantees growth. No, NIMI is a place that throws a lot at you and sees how you rise to the challenge. If you came in struggling with academics, NIMI has the tools: peer tutors, night study hall, your fellow cadets. Use them and you'll get better. But no one's gonna force you to. Same goes for physical fitness. The core isn't gonna drag you to the gym. You have to decide you want it and get after it, put in the work. Don't worry though, you're not alone. We're not alone. That's the best part of this place, the people. We help each other through the struggles, whether it's a long week, a tough class, or just one of those days. We've all had moments where just having that battle buddy next to us helped keep us going. So whatever comes next, college, the Army, the real world, take that mindset with you. Don't sit back and wait. Don't coast. Use what you got. Lean on the people around you and get after it. Because no matter where you go, no matter what you do, it pays to be a winner. Thank you. Congratulations to everyone. I will now be followed by Valedictorian Alexander Borden.
Good morning, everyone. Just like others, I'd like to thank y'all this morning for coming. I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to speak this morning. In an effort not to bore everyone, because I know I'm one of many speeches this morning, I'm going to try and keep myself concise, precise, and to the point. If you had told me 1 year ago today that I'd be speaking at an NMMI graduation, I would have asked you with full honesty, what's NMMI? I did not know this place existed, nor did I know the massive impact it would have upon me and my life. This time last year, my entire thought process was focused on choosing between two traditional universities for an AFROT scholarship. I had just been denied my appointment to the United States Air Force Academy. Then just 3 days before I graduated high school, I had 72 hours to make up my life on if I wanted to take a Falcon Foundation scholarship to attend the Institute. I took the gamble, gave up a full ride scholarship and a very hefty paycheck to come here, with renewed hopes of admittance to the Academy. And through this last year at NMMI, I have not only gained that opportunity, but I'm now entering the Air Force Academy with the most focused, driven mindset I've ever had. And somewhere along the way, I learned something about leadership. However, the credit is nowhere near mine alone, as none of the improvement that I have made over this last year I made alone. In fact, I almost completely owe this growth to the staff, faculty, and fellow cadets here at NMMI, those who challenged me, supported me, and taught me to live out the motto of the institution of duty, honor, achievement. So to everyone who played a part in my journey, thank you. I'm only standing here today on a path to my dreams because of your dedication and belief in me. Thank you. I would now like to introduce Valedictorian Clarisse Coelho.
Good morning, parents, dearest teachers, staff, faculty, and especially the graduating class of 2025. If I could give you any advice today, it is just do it. Not the Nike slogan kind of way. I'm not saying to jump to every crazy idea you have. We still need common sense, especially when trusting someone to lower you from a 30-feet rope course pole. But that's exactly the point. When you're up there at the platform, looking down, and the voices in your head start talking, well, mine talk a lot actually, they start debating, should I do this? Should I wait? Is this a good idea? And right there, in that moment, before you step off the edge and trust somebody else, that's real. That's vulnerability, that's courage and trust. And honestly, that's what an MMI has taught me. Not just how to rappel down a wall, but how to face fear, trust others, and to do the scary thing anyway. Letting go of fear, letting go of needing everything to be perfect, letting go of waiting until you feel ready. Well, if you're waiting until you're ready to do something, let me tell you some words, you'd never be ready. So yeah, just do it. Sign up for the volunteer program, ask that person that you like out, raise your hand, ask a question, say the first word, be the first. Step on the platform, trust the rope, trust yourself. These moments are the ones that matter the most, and they're the ones where you become someone new, someone braver and real. From my trajectory from Brazil until this moment, nothing in my life was 100% sure. If you had asked me if I was going to graduate from an MMI, I would have answered, well, I wish. But here I am today. If at any point I had given up for not trusting myself, not put the work, or not dedicating myself to do something, I would never be here today. Were there some errors in the way? Yeah, of course, no one is perfect. However, what hurts more than messing up or failing is looking back and thinking, what if? What if I had said something? What if I had tried harder? What if I had just done it? That kind of regret, that's the one that lingers. And again, I don't want to steal Nike's slogan, but if you wanted to do something, just do it. Thank you. Now I would like to introduce Valedictorian Jonah Lopez.
Good morning, everyone. My mom always told me that if it were easy, everyone would do it. Well, class of 2025, it wasn't easy, but we all accomplished something extraordinary here. So today, let's reflect on all the challenges we faced to reach this moment. Throughout college, we've all learned that perseverance in the face of adversity is the key to success. Now, cadets, think of all the formations we attended, or didn't attend, and all the assignments we submitted at 11:59 p.m. Whether it was failing our first chemistry test in Dr. V's class, or to my fellow athletes when we had a rough day on the court of the field, we all persevered through those moments of uncertainty. But let's remember the people that were there for us when we weren't at our best. And let's especially remember the friends that we made along the way. I will cherish the friendships I made with all of you for the rest of my life. Now, while I was preparing for my speech and brainstorming, I decided to take a break, and I was reading the daily readings in the Bible, and I came across this verse, and it felt like it was meant to be the theme of my speech, and I had to share it with you all today. So Luke chapter 8, verse 15 says, "Blessed are they who have kept the word with a generous heart, and yield a harvest through perseverance." Now, pushing through the demanding academics, going to formation extremely sleep-deprived, and being here today are all examples of the harvest we've produced. So before I close, I would like to thank my mom, dad, sister, brother, and girlfriend for helping me through this journey. And I'd also like to thank the Lord for my many blessings. I'd like to give a shout out to all the moms in the audience. Happy early Mother's Day. Class of 2025, remember how well you've persevered through life. The journey isn't over. Go forth and do great things. I'll see you out there. Thank you. I would now like to introduce Valedictorian Jasmine Grace Nicholson.
So this is what the top of somebody's head looks like. As you can probably see, I didn't get to NIMI on a basketball scholarship. But my journey to NIMI is really interesting nonetheless. Going into my senior year of high school, my father took a job moving us from Arizona to New Mexico, and my JRTC commander at my old school said I should look at NIMI, so I did, and the rest is history. And I can honestly say it was the best decision I've ever made. Although, after about 10 minutes into matriculation, I definitely had my doubts. But this crazy experience confirmed for me how true Philippians 4:13 is. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. This is one of my favorite verses, and I feel like it is the best verse to describe time at NIMI and life in general. As we are moving on to the next stage in life, whether it's into the workforce, the finest military in the world, or furthering our education, this verse is something that I personally am going to hold on to. Even if this does not align with your faith, I feel that there are other things from this school that you can carry with you. For example, I am incredibly thankful for the friends that I have made here that I know I will have for the rest of my life. I am almost certain we can all say we could not have made it through our time here, no matter how long or short, without the friends we have laughed and cried alongside of. I also want to say thank you to the faculty, the staff, and Pastor Graham. All your support and guidance made these 3 years at a military school a little more bearable. Also to my parents, who are my biggest supporters. They have always told me that even though God made me small, he made me mighty, and I can do anything I put my mind to. It may sound cliche, but I know all of you out here can accomplish great things because you've already chose a path that most young people would not dare to take. This institution has taught you the definition of commitment, hard work, and discipline. Because of that, you have the foundation to excel at all aspects of life. As we go out into the world, it may feel overwhelming, but there is no dream too big. So let's go out and accomplish the great things. Congratulations to the NMMI class of 2025. Good luck and Godspeed. Thank you. I would now like to introduce Valedictorian Ashlyn Stevens.
Good morning, everyone. From the beginning of my sophomore year of high school, my coach told me that I was going to come and play volleyball at NIMI. Every single year, I told her I was never going to come to NIMI, to a military school, and have to wear a uniform for another 2 years. But as you can see, I changed my mind, and thank God that I did. I've never been more grateful for an experience than I am with this one. I came to NIMI for the sole reason to play volleyball, but I didn't realize how much of an impact every aspect of NIMI would have on me. This place has given me lessons and relationships that will last a lifetime. There is a special bond created here at NIMI that I will forever cherish. Being in the Corps of Cadets has taught me discipline, leadership, and commitment. Being on the volleyball team has taught me accountability, determination, and resilience. I'm not who I was when I first arrived at NIMI. I've grown academically, emotionally, and physically. Not many people can thrive and succeed in an environment like NIMI, but everyone here graduating today did. This is a very big accomplishment. All the characteristics NIMI prides itself upon instills in every cadet the ability to accomplish anything in life. The people here have shaped me into the woman standing here today. I want to say thank you to everyone for all the memories and guidance these past 2 years. I would now like to introduce our valedictorian, Jose Velasco.
Good morning, guests, faculty, staff, family, friends, and the first class. I'm Cadet Command Sergeant Major Jose Velasco from Elk Ridge, Maryland, and there's only so much one can do with the 2 minutes that have been allotted to each of the 9 valedictorians. With my time, I'd like to recognize the achievements of our class and recognize those who have shaped this remarkable journey. The following first-class members distinguished themselves through their unwavering leadership, commitment, and selfless service. When I call your name, please stand and be recognized for the legacy you now leave behind. Lieutenant Colonel Clarice Coelho, Captain Reagan Coombs, Captain Will Richter, Captain Mary Duffield, First Lieutenant Genesis Felicioka, Captain Devin McMullen, First Sergeant Jose Sancion, Captain Nicholas Tercero, First Lieutenant Mario Sandoval, First Sergeant Leyland Harris, Command Sergeant Major Savannah McGann Barthel, Captain Yasati Fernadette, First Lieutenant Ashton Stevens, and First Sergeant Aiden Zacharias. Next, I want to recognize a group of cadets who have not only completed their academic and military requirements here at the Institute, but are also taking the next step in service to our nation. These individuals have earned commissions into the United States Army, and today will soon be wearing gold bars of a second lieutenant. Please stand when your name is called. Hussein Abasali, Angel Contreras, Mary Duffield, Jaden Grotto, Leyland Harris, Karen Medina, Brianna Selby, Xavier Staskow, Patricia Steinfeld, Elijah Streeter, Nicholas Tercero, and Paul Winter. Lastly, if you understand what it takes to persevere through all 6 years of the NMMI experience, from high school to junior college, these 3 remarkable women did just that. They've shown unmatched resilience, maturity, and discipline, embodying what it truly means to be a Bronco from start to finish. Lieutenant Colonel Emily Spaniel, Major Nina Aguilar, and Regimental Command Sergeant Major Charlie Melton Hovland. Now, on behalf of the first class, I'd also like to express our heartfelt gratitude to all the guests we have here today. Thank you to the academic staff, Major Size, Major Villaraza, Major Tabo, Lieutenant Colonel Hardwick, Dr. Kitchen, and so many more for your guidance and leadership. We would not have made it to this point without you, and thank you for preparing us for the academic rigor at our follow-on universities. To our families and friends, your love got us here. We hope we've made you proud. To the Commandant's staff, to include Captain Staub, Captain Arquides, Captain Dahl, Captain Starnes, and Colonel Gonzalez, thank you for mentoring us with patience and purpose. Most importantly, thank you for having our backs and making this place feel more like a home. Personally, thank you to my mother, father, and sister for shaping me into the man that I am today. To Mary, Cortland, and Susie Duffield, and all your friends and family, thank you for teaching me the meaning of family and for bringing me into your home as one of your own. And to Lieutenant Colonel Patricia Marshall, retired, and Sergeant First Class Sean Boone, retired, thank you for putting me on this path. I never imagined I'd be standing here today. To the first class, whether you realize it or not, MMI was more than just a school, it was a home. Life was structured and life was simple. But we now each embark on our own journeys as we pursue our own ambitions. But wherever you go, the same support you see behind you today will follow, each and every one of us. You'll never be alone. Best of luck on your journeys. God bless you all, and thank you.
Thank you, cadets, for your fine messages. At this time, I want to welcome Ms. Christina Montoya, Vice President of the Board of Regents, to introduce our guest speaker.
Good morning. It is my really great pleasure and honor to introduce my NMMI sister and fellow alumna, Major General Dusty Schultz. Dusty is a highly accomplished senior military leader renowned for her expertise in Army cyber, intelligence, and space operations, both in the United States and Latin America. Throughout her distinguished career, she has been handpicked for key leadership roles supporting the Department of Defense. In these roles, Dusty has developed strategic solutions to complex challenges, drawing on her extensive experience in international collaboration to achieve equitable outcomes. Her deep understanding of U.S. representation in Latin America, working with foreign dignitaries, and cultivating trust-based relationships has been a cornerstone of her success. This expertise earned her a permanent membership on the prestigious Council on Foreign Relations. Dusty's ability to think at scale allows her to develop multinational strategies with clear vision and executable milestones. A natural leader, Dusty excels in interpersonal and communication skills in both English and Spanish.
Guided by a strong sense of values and ethics, she possesses an internal compass that drives her decision-making. She is exceptional at building cohesive, high-performing teams and understands the critical importance of mentoring future leaders. Dusty is a change agent, skilled at resolving complex strategic alignment issues with innovative solutions. After years of dedicated government service, Dusty retired from her final role as Director of Intelligence at U.S. Southern Command. There, she oversaw global operations focused on countering malign state actor activities in Latin America. She played a pivotal role in integrating AI and machine learning, enhancing multinational collaboration, and creating a unified intelligence platform that bridged public and private sector data, streamlining decision-making for governments, the private sector, and NGOs. Dusty also significantly shaped Army cyberspace operations, electronic warfare, and information operations as the Army Director of Strategic Operations, advising the Chief of Staff of the Army. Her strategic vision led to the decoupling of the U.S. Army Reserve Command and the Office of the Chief of the Army Reserve, improving efficiencies, streamlining processes, and reducing redundancies. As a crisis response leader and disaster management expert, Dusty led response efforts during Hurricanes Irma and Maria as Commanding General of the 1st Mission Support Command in Puerto Rico. Her command was critical in orchestrating initial operations across multiple strategic areas, where her fluency in Spanish and outstanding collaboration with various services, local government, and community proved invaluable. Dusty holds multiple degrees in strategy and is committed to lifelong learning. Outside of her professional endeavors, she enjoys spending time with her husband, David, also an alumnus, and their children and 5 grandchildren. Her hobbies include cooking and equestrian activities. Please join me in welcoming Major General Dusty Schultz.
Thank you, Regent Montoya. General McBurnett, I am also very thankful for you calling me upon your acceptance of your position and saying, I think I have something you need to do. So, parents, family, regents, faculty, students, cadets, what an honor it is to be here with you today. I give pause because I remember being in your seats. I know it's probably hard for you all to believe that a little lady in combat boots like myself could have ever have been that young, but it was real once. And I actually have some of my classmates with me besides my husband in the audience. I have my regimental commander in the audience. I have one of my peers in the audience who actually remember me with a flat top. And the fact that I was a little bit gritty, because I was that gritty kid. I wasn't the super polished kid. I wasn't the super entitled kid. I was a driven kid. And I became a driven adult in my journey here at New Mexico Military Institute. I started not knowing exactly what I wanted. I had, and I expressed to the dean earlier, I had received my nomination and appointment to Annapolis. And my father looked at me, and this was the man who, we were not a military family, and my father sold fine and rare old books. And my dad looked at me and said, "Sweetheart, why didn't you just marry an officer?" I got mad. I got really mad because my dad had told me I could do anything. And I also paused, and I got a little bit nervous. And that's when New Mexico Military Institute called me up and said, "Do we have a deal for you? We'd like you to try it on. You can still become an officer, but we have a few more options." And I came here, and I learned about duty, honor, and achievement. And for me, New Mexico Military Institute provided a great place for me to grow with like-minded peers, with peers who wanted to shape the world, to make the world a better place. I will tell you that this is your time, and my challenge to you is to, yes, fail. Fail and learn. You don't have to be perfect. You have to be committed to growing. You have to be committed to making the world a better place. Now, I would like the whole class to stand up and turn around. See everybody out there, look up in the aisles. Those individuals are on your team. Let's give them a round of applause. Okay, you can sit back down now. Think about it. When you're alone and you're in your worst moment, that's when your grit comes into play. And I challenge you to hunt the good stuff. I challenge you to reach out to your peers, to your family, to your team. Because you have to remember, you've got to play the jersey you're given. And sometimes it's not the jersey you want. I will tell you, when I first came to New Mexico Military Institute, the uniform didn't fit me, nothing fit me, and I grew into who I am today, and I wasn't planning on being a 2-star general. I will tell you that I've had numerous times where I've been in a really bad spot, and the option wasn't to quit. Teams don't quit. Teams can fail, but they learn and they grow. Now, if you'll humor me for just a second, I had an opportunity when I was a lieutenant colonel to take a battalion to Iraq. And that's when the Army changed all the rules on me. Most people walk into a battalion and everybody's been training for a year. Out of 281 people, I had 165 that were new to the unit within 3 months before deploying, from 36 different states. They changed the rules in the theater I was going to. They used to have 2 battalions in the theater I was going to, but no, we're going to have 1 battalion and we have the same mission and we have to do the same problem set. We had challenges where units before were able to segregate the men from the women and put in male-only bases, and we didn't have that opportunity. And so when the going gets tough, the tough get thinking. You get clever. Gritty is good. That also being said, you have the opportunity to treat everyone with dignity and respect. And so as you are given tough problem sets and you're looking like, hey, they changed the rules. Know the rules. And also use your disciplined initiative and drive. Don't be afraid of risk. One of the Army's standards is to assume prudent risk. When I was given what sometimes, I'm not sure if they use this saying anymore, a soup sandwich, going into Iraq, I was able to harness the superpowers of each of the members of my team. I feel fortunate that I was part of a team that at the end of Iraq, that team walked away with the Meritorious Unit Commendation. Because what the team did, because we unlocked their superpowers. We gave them guidance, and we worked as a team. Now I'm challenging you. You have worked as a team at New Mexico Military Institute, and now it's your opportunity to go into the world. You still have your support group. This team doesn't go away, but you're going to go and join additional teams and have new missions, and your jersey's going to change. My question to you is, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to make it worthwhile? You've been given the opportunity of a lifetime. You have the trust, faith, and confidence of all the people in this room, and I would tell you that your team goes well beyond that. Seize the day. You are the future, and design and run towards the legacy that you want. That being said, I remind you again, it's okay to fail. This is not a failure moment. You are at the pinnacle achievement moment. But I would like to see a raise of hands of those in the audience that while you were at New Mexico Military Institute, did you fail? I did. Now, who learned from the failing? I did a lot. I did a lot of push-ups for learning from the failing. Not sure about y'all, but yeah. So my challenge for you now is to take it, achieve it, learn it, and be the leader. Be the leader. You've been taught to be a leader. Be the leader in your life and leave the legacy that you want. I'm proud of each one of you. I'm excited for each one of you, and I look forward to one or two or many of you being on this podium someday and taking this place when you least expected it, because I will tell you, my regimental commander would not have expected this. I'm just telling you. He knew I was gritty, but he wouldn't have expected me to be here someday. And it's determination. So I look forward to your legacy, and I thank you for your energies. Congratulations.
So, ma'am, thank you for giving the keynote address today. And yes, you confirmed that I made the right choice and who I chose to come in and speak. And it's always good to give a living example of what you can be. Doesn't matter what your status is right now. This is about the work that you put in during your lifetime of continuous learning and being able to change and adapt to a changing battlefield, a changing playing field, and be able to still be that leader. This is what I want you to emulate. So keep that in mind as you keep going with whatever you're going to do in the future.
So thank you, Major General Schultz, for that very fine charge given to our graduates. And now we turn to what we have all been waiting for, the graduation ceremony. I ask the audience to please look at your program where you will see the names of each graduate and the places where they will pursue the next phase of their education. Cadets that show particular distinction and scholarship at NMI are offered the opportunity of graduating with highest honors, with high honors and with honors. The names of these individuals are identified in your program and in their graduation order of merit and will receive a diploma in that same order. To graduate with highest honors, a cadet must graduate with at least a 3.75 GPA. Will the graduates with the highest honors please rise and remain standing and be recognized? To graduate with high honors, a cadet must graduate with at least a 3.5 GPA. Will the graduates with high honors please rise, remain standing, and be recognized? Anybody? All right. To graduate with honors, a cadet must graduate with at least a 3.25 GPA. Will the graduates with honors please rise, remain standing, and be recognized? And will all the cadets please rise and remain standing? We have a few left. Very good. It is now my honor to certify the candidates. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the New Mexico Military Institute and the State of New Mexico, and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I do hereby confer upon you the degrees for which you have been certified, with all the rights, honors, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. To each of you, and in the name of your esteemed faculty, I offer our sincere congratulations. We could not be more proud of what you have accomplished. It is now time to award the diplomas. Graduates, please be seated. At this time, I would like to introduce Colonel Jose Porras, Vice Dean of Academics and High School Principal.
It is our pleasure now to present the NMMI diplomas to the graduates. Lieutenant Colonel Small Armstrong will read the names of our graduates. Brigadier General McBurnett will present the diplomas. Joining him on stage will be Major General Dusty A. Schultz, Commencement Speaker, Miss Christina Montoya, Board of Regent Vice President, Colonel Thomas Tate, Commandant of Cadets, Colonel Orlando Griego, Chief Academic Officer and Dean of Academics, Director of Alumni Relations, Lieutenant Colonel Chris Ward, and Global Admissions Director, Lieutenant Christina Stark, will be presenting their respective coins to eligible graduates as they exit the stage. Captain Nikki Medina, please bring forward the graduates.
Thank you, Colonel Porras. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present the NMMI Junior College graduating class of 2025. Valedictorians: Hussein Abbasali, Richmond, Texas. Alexander Henry Bordner, San Angelo, Texas. Clarice Talis Alvarez Coelho, Diamantina Minas Gerais, Brazil. Juliana Lee Favela, El Paso, Texas. Cody Austin Lai, Manitowoc, Wisconsin. Jonah Alexander Lopez, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Jasmine Grace Nicholson, Vail, Arizona. Ashlyn Mary Jean Stevens, Roswell, New Mexico. Jose Roberto Velasco, Elkridge, Maryland. Salutatorians. Hunter Christopher Martin, Farmington, New Mexico. Motulalo Tukimoana Tafisi, Jr., West Jordan, Utah. Graduating with highest honors. Allison Andrea Miller, El Paso, Texas. Charlie Jewel Melton Hovland, Jenkins, Missouri. Mario Andreas Sandoval, Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Cooper Shane Valencia, Syracuse, Utah. Leyland Tashawn Harris, Colorado Springs, Colorado. Sarah Joyce Lokalani Schubert, Hilo, Hawaii. Devin Lewis McMullen, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Stephen Shu, Roswell, New Mexico. Ezekiel Grant Guzman, Lovington, New Mexico. Enzi Carujo, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Emily Adelina Spaniel, Alto, New Mexico. Graduating with high honors. Celine Gular, Bucha, Turkey. Jeremiah Robert Barola, Roswell, New Mexico. Ignacio Joaquin Garcia, Villigüe, Argentina. Savannah K. McGann Barthel, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Karen Jokobed Medina, Fort Worth, Texas. Elena Bounds Mendoza, El Paso, Texas. Justin Alexander Bramo, Bridgetown, Barbados. Rodolfo Sebastian Arroyo, Wilmington, California. Xavier Maluhia Statskow, Hilo, Hawaii. Jaden Manuel Grotto, Port Richey, Florida. Momoka Minamiya, Saitama, Japan. Graduating with honors, Christian Hernandez, Roswell, New Mexico. Fuka Sakita, Inagawa, Japan. Zachary James Young, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Clinton Dax Vigil, Farmington, New Mexico. Nina Marie Aguilar, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Brendan Brandt Frauston, Las Cruces, New Mexico. Damon Tyler Mayberry, Alamogordo, New Mexico. Patricia Nabukira Steinfeld, Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Jessamine Morgan Wignall, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Gentry David Kaplan, Mint Hill, North Carolina. Reagan Angelique Coombs, Toledo, Ohio. Andrew Tyler Jackson, Artesia, New Mexico. Hakur Ice Davidson, Ferragere, Iceland. Angel Manuel Contreras, El Paso, Texas. Graduates. Caitlin Marie Birkby, Farmington, New Mexico. Troy Deshaun Curry Jr., Carson, California. Mary Alice Duffield, Granbury, Texas. Lance Youngchan Lee, Upland, California. Davian Chris Lucero, Pecos, New Mexico. Mazin Nadir Peter Lumori, Juba, South Sudan. John Allen Lynch, High Rolls, New Mexico. Faith Nahiri Mina, Westbaden, Germany. Stilton Raquan McKelvey, Houston, Texas. Andrew Cutter Melinda, Las Cruces, New Mexico. Will Andrew Richter, Las Cruces, New Mexico. Sydney Robbins, Chula Vista, California. Jose Andres Santillan, Bernalillo, New Mexico. Brianna Susan Selby, Coral Springs, Florida. Alasia Quintana Streeter, Coral Springs, Florida. Nicholas Segundo Tesero Jr., Buckeye, Arizona. Cruzito Leon Trujillo, Pueblo, Colorado. Paul Peter Venta II, Hoover, Alabama. Bernadette Sidney Yetzati, Zuni, New Mexico. Aiden Charles Zacharias, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Please join me in congratulating all of our graduates. At this time, I would like to introduce the Commandant of Cadets, Colonel Thomas Tate, United States Army, retired.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the graduates and your families, I would like to thank our Institute staff who planned and executed the commencement ceremonies today. I would also like to express my appreciation to faculty, administrators, and alumni who gave their time today to participate. Your presence means a great deal to our graduates. What I didn't mention earlier is that we had, there was a function in here that went till about 9 o'clock last night, 8 o'clock last night, packed the house. And our facilities folks and everybody came in and got it all ready for us this morning. So a special thanks to them. If I could, please. And to our IT folks back there, they're live streaming this to families all over the world who couldn't be where you are today. And I sure hope they enjoy, appreciate, because our guys back there, Chad, John, you do a great job. Let's give them a hand. Okay, graduates, it is time to turn your class ring around to signify your graduation. If you forget which goes where, remember that you wear the ring with the class year to the outside so that you can see the letters NMMI facing you, reminding you of your alma mater. This time, I would like everyone to please stand as I invite our choral director, Lieutenant Colonel Bracken Tripp, to lead us in the singing of our alma mater, Old Post. Sir. Doctor.
This is our alma mater. This is our stalwart institute. We'll have her always on our way. Memories are with us day by day. We will remember cadets marching. We will remember cadets playing, and bugles in the sunrise, all of our life beneath blue skies. These are the things that cannot vanish, no matter where we go. Old friends, old post, place we love most, in you our hearts will grow.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Okay. Borden, you and Cody, I'm not going to bug you anymore on Tuesday night or Monday nights and Wednesday mornings, man. How about that? No, you guys, all of you, you're going to do great. You're going to do great. Congratulations. Graduates, families, guests, invited to reception at Pixie Field following our ceremony, right out here to my right, your left. And for one final time, I love doing this, especially in May. Graduates, you are dismissed. Congratulations.